We now welcome Danielle Williams, president of the Victoria Main Street Program, about the newly adopted master plan for downtown. Welcome to Community Crossroads.
Hi, how are you?
Good, Danielle. Thank you for joining us on the show. And is it president or executive director?
Executive director.
Executive director. And so your newly adopted master plan, we're all excited to hear, what are the 4 main ongoing immediate projects that you're going to tackle?
Well, one of the things that we're working on currently is applying for an EDA grant to do some streetscapes, and that's to enhance the ADA accessibility of the sidewalks from Rio Grande down to Commercial, and then some other streets like Santa Rosa and Wan Lin. And we really want to focus on, you know, expanding the brick pavers that are there, but also making them ADA accessible. So we're working on that, and then we're also working on programming to activate the nights and the evenings and the weekends with the ghost tours and, you know, Market on Main, who's at noon, things like that. There's a lot of low-hanging fruit items that we're already working on, so those are a couple, but mainly programming and events.
And making downtown ADA accessible. Why is that so key to our growth and success as a community?
Well, we want definitely downtown to be more walkable, because you might have to park and walk maybe a block or two to get to where you're going. And I've witnessed myself folks struggling to walk on some of those old broken up sidewalks, whether it's pushing a wheelchair or a stroller or just trying to navigate through without tripping, because the sidewalks are very old, because downtown is it is the oldest spot in downtown in Victoria, and so we want to repair those so it makes it more walkable.
And there was some discussion about parking garages being implemented in the downtown area. What parts of downtown?
So that you bring up a good point, because that's one of the most recommended items was, let's have more public parking. And they did, Friesen Nichols, our consultant that we hired, recommended a public parking garage behind the county annex, and it would be they recommended that it be a county city project. But of course, like anything in the plan, it's all conceptual, just to try to give us ideas on things that we could look for doing and implementing in the future. But it would be a multi-level parking garage that is aesthetically pleasing to the eye from the outside, because that was another thing that mentioned, is that if we do any new development in downtown, they want it to match and feel like you're still in historic downtown.
And with all new those little amenities like you only scan your phone to pay your parking ticket, and that could generate more income for the city and the county, just having to pay for parking, which might be new to a lot of people who park downtown, but it could be a great way to another source of revenue.
That's true. That is a good point. Right now we're not entertaining that, but we could look at it in the future.
Free parking is perfect parking.
Yep, it is.
So we love that. And what other, I know there's a food court or a food truck kind of area planned as well? Yeah,
so one of the conceptual designs was to expand De Leon Plaza. And in the meantime, they wanted us to practice possibly closing down Forest Street, which we already do when we put up the HEB Christmas tree every year. Well, this will be our 2nd year. So when we closed down the street, they recommended permanently closing down the street and having a space where we can continually activate it with food trucks and a stage and maybe a little small splash pad and the concrete ping pong tables and the large chess and checker game that you can play. So it encouraged folks to be there without so much maybe like a concert or festival going on, but just a park where people can come and play, and a playground. There was also a little playground recommended in the De Leon Plaza expansion.
A playground downtown would be perfect, because it's already such a great place for photos, a natural place for families to gather. And let's take a look at a few of the other bullet points mentioned in the plan. More businesses downtown. We covered the parking garages, the food trucks, and we can always go to crossroadstoday.com to learn more about the master plan. It is a living document, so not everything's set in stone.
That's correct. It is definitely a checklist for me. I plan on tackling a lot of the things that are recommended in the master plan, because I want to see downtown be better and look better and be something that the community can be proud of.
Well, excellent. Thank you so much, Danielle, for your time and your work. And coming up, Community Crossroads co-host Ozzy Mora talks to Oscar Torres, a University of Houston Victoria recruiter. Don't go anywhere.